Okay, it will create itself a Netflix website. So this is a Netflix one website, this is Netflix two website, this is another website, this is another website. So each list will be kind of a Netflix website, and each will be individually created with the categories and videos and categories and videos. So uh, we can delete it, we can edit it, whatever we want, we can do that list. So let me first delete all the let me delete the all the list again, and we'll create only one list right now. For example, so in the MyFlix one, I will go and I'll delete all the list. And then I'll refresh it. So I don't have any list. So I will create the list. So I need to do few changes in this one. Maybe, okay, let's create a default one first. Name I'll give the default one. Actually, this will become the default one. So whenever user will go to the MyFlix website, they will see the default one. Okay, so this will be the default one which they will see, and that one will be my list. That one will be this one, the one which we created it, this default one. So the default one will be the main one which will user will be able to see it. Now I will go and first create the categories and then videos. Okay. So let's go and create the categories and subcategories. So we have two levels of categories. So one will be the category level and one will be the subcategory level. So if I go to the my Netflix site, so if I go to the movie, so we have this categories kind of thing. So for example, if I go to drama, we have a subcategory called as um, they have changed the layout. Initially, I was able to see all the subcategories also. Somehow they have changed recently where I cannot see the categories. Let's try to see the another children and family. Yes. Something like this is a subcategory in that one. We'll make like that one. So there will be two levels of category. One will be category and then second one will be subcategory. So let's create that one. So I am inside the ultimate one, and then I will go to the MyFlix. In the MyFlix, I am in the home page where I can see the home page. Let's go to Net Multi, and in the right now I'll just put the slash sign, but I will change it to some more different. I will use the link tag ultimately. Right now it's a tag, and instead of create list, I can say manage list. We don't need the view list part, and it will go to create. Actually, create is nothing but this one. So here is the manage list, which will go here. Otherwise, I can go to home page and go to manage page. So let's take this one and copy it to the home. In the home, I will use only slash sign so that it should use the single page application. So I'm using link tag. Similarly, I will copy this part and I will put it here. And I will copy this part here. I have to copy this one. Okay, so now we have MyFlix or manage list right now. Okay, so now let's go to create a add category and videos. So what I will do, I will create one component. Maybe I'll say categories.js. So generally, there will be one page where user will be able to see the category and subcategory, and like this one, user will be able to see category and subcategory like this one. So they can see the category and subcategory. Okay, so we will make this another one. Let's keep the categories fine. I will open the categories and I'll go create a component. I'll name the component as categories. I'll call this in the I'll create the routing for this one. So let's go and create the routing. Routing is in the layout, myflix layout.js. So here the routing will be like this. I can say, maybe I can say manage. I will say the list name. So here will be the list will come. And then I will say I'm managing the categories. So what I created is manage, and I can say list name, the default list or whatever the list name is there, and the categories. I am managing this categories list. So if I go in my this, I created a list with this ID and these are the details. Okay. So categories will not be very big, or it can be very big also, but it is not very infinite number. So we can put the categories inside this list details. So here we can create one key and we can put categories inside that. We don't need a separate tree for the categories. We can put all categories inside this list for this list. So because categories are not very big, even if it is 100, 200, it's fine. We will put inside this one. And if it really gives a performance issue, then we will move it to some other tree and we'll keep it like this. So right now, since we don't have very much people, we are just developing, we will put it here and we will see if everything goes fine performance wise, then we don't need to create separate one. Otherwise, if we get performance issue, then we will create another 1 week to fix that one. So right now, let's put it here. So I'll say manage list categories and I'm calling it categories.js. So let's import it. Categories from myflix category.js. And I'll call this categories here. And I will give this list name when I will call the detail, when I call the categories page. So when we go to the create page, we have list of all the list of all the list. So here, let's see what we get here. Console.log value is value and key is key. Okay, let's see now. So I will say So I will see the value is created date, display name, list, photo URL, user ID, and ID. This is the ID which is actually I need to reference that category. So that list. So I know this ID is for the default one. So I will be referencing this as a list ID. So I will create the URL to this one. So maybe I can say link. I will only add categories. So I'll say link to, and I will put this one and I'll say link tag. I'll close. Let's create this link in the variable here top. So I'll say let link URL is equal to manage list category, and this list will be the dynamic, and this list will be replaced by the this ID. So I have to say value dot underscore ID, and I'll create this link and I'll pass it here. Now if I refresh, link is not defined. So let's define the link. Since that link will be used multiple times, so why not to put that in our shortcut. So let's copy this part and I will create one shortcut snippet which is a link. Okay, so now whenever I need it, I will just call this link. Okay, so now okay, 1 second. Okay, so I copied the link here. Now let's see it works or not. So I got this one. So we get some warning which we will remove it in some time. Right now I don't need to. So I'll click this one and I am able to go to categories page, and URL will be the manage, and this is the list ID. List ID I don't put default because I need to get some unique ID, because every one will be creating his own list. So I need a unique ID, and unique ID is this one, this ID. So I put this as a ID for the list, and I'm going to the categories page. So now let's build the categories page. In the categories, I will first give the class name of container, We have categories now here. So let's build the categories. Let's create the form and let the people add the categories. So to create the form, I'll go here and grab the form. So here I will say H3 tag, for example. Let's put the form. And here this one, I will say submit to Firebase. I'll create a function. Submit to Firebase, and here I will take the category name. And here I will say enter category name. And I must have some state variable to capture the category. So I'll get this one. I'll get this one. And I'll paste it here. Here I'll say category. Categories. Let's delete this part now. We will add letter. And I'll say, or I can say category. And I'll say this dot state dot category on change. On change, I'll say category is equal to e dot target dot value, and I'll say create new category. So let's see now how it looks. We are getting category name, and I'm able to enter the category here. So this one was okay. This one was creating the form. After I click submit, I should do something to make category work to go to the particular in the particular Firebase. So let's copy that part also. So most of the things we will do copy paste because already we have written the code, but just for sake we have to do. So I will prevent default. I create the user object. So user object should be needed here. We don't need user object because category is created by the user, so we don't need user object. So the name of the category should come. So I'll take object.category. So generally what I will do, okay, let's put the category here. Category, state.category. And I will say created. When did you create the category? It's fine. We don't need user ID because user ID is not tied to category ID. Created is also not needed because we don't check which category is coming first or later. Okay, so you just put a category name and it should go inside the list. Inside the list, I have to go inside this ID. So inside the list, I have to go to inside this ID and then I have to put categories here. So I will create my URL like Firebase path, then list. After list, it will be this dot props dot match dot params dot. See how we have built our URL. It's a list one. So it will come here like this dot props dot match dot params dot list. So to access this variable, I have to use this variable this dot props dot match dot params dot list because whenever we do routing, everything comes in this format. And after this list, we will create one folder called as categories. And after categories, we will push. So here I am pushing the object. Object is nothing but this one. Since it is the, yeah, it's fine. It will be category. and it has subcategories which will go in the next level. We will not work on it now. Let's create only category. So I will say inside the categories we will have category and we will put the category. And after it is done, I will empty the category and I don't need this right now. Okay, now we have some error. E is not defined, Firebase and Firebase. So we have to fix this one. So let's pass the E to make the E fixing, and we need the Firebase part, so we'll get it from here. So now if I create the category, so let's see what category we are putting. So let's say I will put action as the first category. And if I go in my database, if this is the category list, I have categories and we have the action as one of the category. And subcategory will come here under this one. Subcategories will come, but right now I am creating only the action. Let's create another one. Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me answer one person. Okay, 1 second. Okay, let's go now further. Next one is the anim features. Let's put this one. You can say animation. It will be children and family. I'm just copying all Netflix one. Children and family. And let's put classics. So as soon as I put the category, I should be able to see it here. Okay, so let's do that part now. So similarly in the create, we created this get data to get the data. So I will create one get categories. Get categories. And here I will try to get the URL, which is like this. And we don't need order by child because it should be for all. And I will get the data and I will put it in the data. So I will say as a categories, not the data. It will be initially null. And instead of the data, we will put in the categories. And I'll get it. I'll put it in the array since I need to sort out, or since we need the array, let's put it in the array. And each one has the ID parameter because this ID will create a URL, and I will put it in the categories, get categories. I'll do console.log state is this dot state, and I will call this get categories. After I am done with this submit part, I will say this dot categories. Also, I'll do on the page load. To put in the page load, we need a component it mount. Let's see now. So I get the categories like here you will see I have to display it here on the page. So let's copy the display part also. This is the display part and I'll change the things there. Okay, so I am going and displaying it. My categories or categories, only categories. and here I will say category name. Right now I will maybe I can say add subcategories, or I can say add videos, or edit and delete. And similarly here we are getting the categories, and I'll go to this state categories. I'll map it and I'll try to display it. I don't need this URL right now. Add subcategories, or I'll say add videos. So videos will be tied to categories also. It will be tied to subcategory also. So either you can tie to category or subcategory. It's up to you. Right now I'm just putting this, and this will be the category. Okay, let's see now how it looks. Here it will be categories. So let's take this and I will put it here. Let's check this now. So I have the categories here. Category name is action, animation, classic. I will fill all these details soon. So let's okay. So now let's add few more, all more like this one. Classic, then comedies. I will put comedies. Comedies is here now. Then I'll put cult movies. Let's put this one. I don't know what is cult movies. Documentaries. Then comes drama. Okay, we'll fill this later. I'll just put few dramas, and then faith and spirituality. Right now I put this one. I will add more similar to Netflix. We will fill all kind of thing. Now we need to add the subcategory. So categories is done, though edit and delete is not done. We will do that one soon. So now let's try to finish. Let's try to finish the subcategory, and then we'll move to edit and delete soon, and to the videos also. So let's try to create the subcategories. Now you need to add the subcategories kind of thing. So there are various ways to create the subcategory. So either I can give the link here, it will go to another page where I can add the subcategory, or I can click here and I can add it here only, the subcategories. So depend on how you want to go. Let's try to add it here only for now and see how it works, and then if it doesn't work, we will try to move it to another page. So maybe I can say when I click this add categories, subcategories, it should open here somehow here. And here I should be able to add the subcategories. So for example, here I will put this kind of form. Let's put this kind of form here, and here I will say submit subcat. Another function, submit subcat as e is normal, and it also has the category ID. We should also say in the category ID, so that I should be saving inside this category ID. So right now I'll say console.log category ID is cat ID and console.log subcategory ID is t.target.value. So the subcategory will come inside this value and category we will pass it. So right now I am saying, oh, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, now okay, so I won't be able to easily pass the category ID here. So let's delete this here. We will find different way to pass the category ID. Okay, now we are here. Okay, so let's try to see how I can pass the category. So now what I will do, I want to show this form, the subcategory one, only when you click this one. So let's create a tag, and here I will say some on click equal to, I will do something. What I'll do, I'll show you. So when I click the add subcategory, then only I should see this form. Right now I'm deleting this form because I need to manipulate it and make it correct, otherwise it will give error. Right now I'm just giving the div tag and I will put some subcategory. Let's only put this one and see how it looks. So you will see this is the add subcategory. I am able to see subcategory under every row. But this subcategory should not come. This is actually the form which should only come when I click the add subcategory link. So for that, let's create another parameter here. I will say category underscore ID. It will be initially null. And what I will do, I will, whenever, and I will also see what exactly is coming in this value. So I will do console.log value is value. Now we will update that variable with the different one. I'll show you how. So in each case, we have the category and ID, category and ID. So this ID is something the ID of the category. So what I will do, when I click this add subcategory, I will pass arrow function and I'll pass event here. I will say e.prevent default, and then I will update the state. This dot set state, and here I will say category ID is equal to nothing but value dot underscore ID. So that is this one. I am updating this with this ID. So now let's see what happens when I click the add subcategory one. And I don't need this one right now. I don't need this console.log. So if you see the state has category ID of null, but as soon as I click add category subcategory, you will see category ID becomes some number, some letters. When I click second one, you will see category ID has become different one. This is different because this I am clicking the second link. So that means when I click this row, I am able to get this ID. When I'm clicking this row, I am getting this ID. So here I will write down a condition. If value dot underscore ID is equal to this dot state dot category ID and show this part. That means whenever I'm clicking this link, it will update the category ID state variable with this value dot ID, and I'm showing this part only which I'm clicking it. So if I'm clicking second row, I will be showing this for the second row. So let's see now how it works. So initially it's not showing the subcategory. As soon as I click this one, you will see subcategory shown here. If I click this one, this is gone and this is showing like this here. If I click this one, above one is gone because only one can remain in this category ID, which is updated when you click it. If I click it, I am able to see this one. If I click it, I am able to see this one. If I click it, so that means when I click this one, I will show the form to add the subcategory for this level only. So now I will put the form here. So let's put the form here and I will copy this form and I will put it here. So now form will come whenever I click the add subcategory, and here I will change enter subcategory name. I don't need the label, I need only the form field, and I need the button. And once user will put the subcategory name, let's put it inside another state variable, and I'll say subcategory, only subcategory. Initially it will be null, and when I click the add category, I will also update the subcategory to null. And then when form is there, I will call another function called as add to subcategory to Firebase. And in the form, here I will call add submit subcategory to Firebase. And we are putting the subcategory name. And when user will put that, I will update the state with the subcategory. And initially the value will be this dot state dot subcategory. Since it is the value in the form, we should make it empty, not null, just an empty string. And I'll say create new subcategory, create subcategory. Let's see how it looks now. So when I click add one, you will see a form is appeared, and I can, though we are getting this error, we will fix that in a minute. So it's saying create subcategory, and I'm able to enter the subcategory. Okay, so now let's put one BR tag also before input tag. Click this subcategory, I'm able to see this one. I'm able to add the subcategory under each one. So this is how we put the subcategory. Now let's try to fix it. When I click this subcategory, I should be able to add that subcategory. So how to do that? So here I will do subcategory is this dot state dot subcategory. Okay, so I am able to this, and we get some error. Let's see. Input should not be null. Value on input should not be null. Okay, value on input should not be the null. It's showing in the line number 115. So it's saying value is this dot state dot subcategory. So subcategory should not be null. It should be empty. So we'll make it empty string. Okay, now if I click this, I'm not getting that warning. When I click this, I click submit, I'm able to see the subcategory. Let's try to also see. Let's try to see category, which category under which category we are putting. So category will be nothing but this category ID. So we are putting under that category ID. The category ID. When I click this one, I click submit. So I'm putting inside this category ID, which is nothing but this one, BEV, and I'm putting inside this one. If I click second one, I'm putting here, I'm getting inside this GTI, that is this one, and inside this one. So where I am there, I will be able to see that. So for before I add it, I want to see whether if not subcategory, if subcategory is not there, that user has not put anything, then I will return it. Later on, I will put the error. Right now, I'm just returning to make it work. Later on, we have to show some error that put the subcategory one. Right now, if I click submit, nothing will happen. But if I put it, a subcategory is shown here, which I want to insert into the database. Now let's try to put it into the database. I will copy this part and I will put it here. So category ID will be, so I will go into the list. I will go to the list name and then I'll go to the categories. That is this categories. Inside categories, I will go to this ID. This ID is nothing but this ID. So I will choose this ID. And inside this category ID, I have category as one. I have category as one key. I will create another key called as subcategory. It's called categories and it will be calling as subcategories. And I will push it with the object, and object will nothing but the subcategory, and it is nothing but this state.subcategory. I will grab this subcategory, I will put it as a subcategory, I will create the URL and I will push that into the URL, and I will update the subcategory with the null value. That is, once you are inserted it, subcategory will become null, so that user can see the empty box. So let's try to do this and enter it. So I will add this category. So under the action, let's put under action we have, I don't see subcategories. Let's put some our own one, judo movies, for example, and I click subcategory. So subcategory is added. You will see here subcategory is added with the ID judo. Let's say karate movies. You will see judo is already there. Now I got karate. Let's say Bruce Lee movies. I got Bruce Lee here. Let's say Jackie Chan movies. Something, whatever I want. I just a dummy name. Initially, they have Netflix have subcategory kind of thing. Right now, I don't know whether they removed it or something. I don't see that one. I see only the categories. Okay. So I'm able to add the subcategory here. Let's try to add subcategory in the comedies. Maybe I can say new movies, old movies. I just putting dummies. Later on, I will try to find something good from the Netflix. So now I can see I am putting inside the comedies. I have subcategory, and I put new movies, old movies. So like this, we are able to create all the category and subcategories. But we are not displaying the subcategory. So let's try to display it also, the subcategory. So let's say subcategory will come. Let's say subcategory should come inside this. After this, it should show all the subcategories. So inside this subcategory, I will show, after this form, I will show here. Here will be some subcategory will come. Category 1, category 2. Like this, all will come. Right now, you will see like this subcategory 1, 2. So if we are going adding subcategory, you will see here. So list will become increasing and increasing as soon as we put more subcategories. So that part we will do tomorrow. So today we did just categories. Tomorrow we'll do subcategory display.